Welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. This is episode 12, I think. And we have lots of big stuff going forward now that we are done the museum. If you haven't seen the last episode, I'll show you what the inside of the museum looks like. Here is just a bit of the outside of the museum. I still need to do more work, but because I have more plans for builds on the outside here, I don't want to focus too much on adding too many details because there are going to be other builds in this area, but you know. And then here's the inside. Paintings won't all be staying like this. I want to add some of the new paintings that'll be added, and I think the next update, but yeah, so this is pretty much what it looks like. All the copper, I'm waiting for it to fully oxidize. Though I do kind of really like this stage of oxidization, but I don't have any wax, so I can't wax it, so I'm just leaving it for now. This is the first map that we had. It was way over by my base, over by my house. It's right where that little dot is, right there. And we currently have a new one, an updated version there, and this one is from March 2024 to May 2024, and we put it up there on episode 12. That was the last episode. So that is that. And for today's episode, I want to work on a new project. I don't think this is going to be too big of a project, but I just want to start something new, something fun, because I am in need of a few things. So, for a little bit of added detail, I guess, one of the things that I want to add in this little village area is, well, a better village. This is something I talked about way back when I first started this series, I think, and it's that I just want to make this area look like an actual village, which means I want more villagers. Because how many is this? 6 is not going to be enough, which means I need them to do a lot of breeding, which means I need a lot of food to supply these guys. So I want to build a little farm. And by little, I mean not very little. It's going to go over in this direction on this side of the art museum, which means I need to do a lot of terraforming and also building and then getting the farms ready. But this farm is going to be not just for supplying the villagers with food, it is also going to be where I put my, it's where I'm gonna put my horses, because right now they're being kept in a stable. You can't really see, it's right over there. And then I'm also gonna put my cows there. And I don't know how many episodes this is going to take. I would like to try and get the base of it, the farmland, and maybe even the first barn done. And then we can just go in and add all of the animals into it in the next episode. Unless this doesn't take very long, then we can just do it all in one episode. But let's first start off with getting some terraforming done. Okay, so the barn itself is gonna go right on this island. So you can see, it's an island, it's not too big, not too small. I don't want to make the barn too insanely large. I just want it big enough that it can hold my animals. The inside will have the horses, And then I will have just kind of like a pasture, which will have my cows. And then I don't know if I want to make it 2 stories or if I want to make it just 1. And then I'll have like just a fun little bridge that'll cut across right here. I'm probably not going to put one on that side, but I might, I'm not sure. And then this area, I'll probably have a silo or 2, and then it'll pretty much just be farm. And then over there, it's also going to have some more farm and maybe a silo or 2. As of right now, I don't really know what I'm going to put in those silos, but I do want to use them for something. But I'll think of it when I build it. So, for the barn itself, I've got some mangrove saplings that I have to... Mangrove propagule. I have to grow some mangrove. And then I will use that. And then I'm also going to use a decent amount of stone. So I'm actually going to use the stone bricks, not this just regular stone. But I have to go back and grab all of my stuff. I have a whole bunch of shulkers over here, kind of filled with some junk. I'll just toss that in there and toss that in there. I cleaned up all of the shulkers that I had sitting right over there from when I was building the art museum. And it took forever, and I'm almost out of storage. We're gonna have to think of what I'm gonna do for real storage soon, because the little house is not enough anymore. So I have to go back and grab everything that I need, but I think the base of it is going to be largely stone and then stripped mangrove, just because I like that little red, and then the stone bricks is just like a fun little addition to it. And then I think I'm going to use some spruce, since I have a whole lot of spruce. I think it'll look pretty good with it, and I do have like a general idea on what I want the barn to look like, but I don't have a full plan for it. So we're pretty much just going into this with no idea what's going on. We're gonna figure it out as we go. So let's figure it out as we go. And here is the barn. It definitely still needs a little bit more work, but I think I'll add a bit more once I actually get the animals in, because right now it is it is empty. But I'm going to add in the animals. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I wanted to leave the inside until I was figuring out how I wanted to do it, because I'm not sure exactly where the horses are going to go and where the cows are going to go. My first idea was the cows go in the side bits, either one side or both sides, and then I build some stalls on the inside here, and that is where my horses would go. And I think that's what I might do. I just don't know how I want to build the stalls yet, because I do have these little inside bits, but I could just move the doors, and then I'll have more space for little stables, little stalls on the inside. But this is the outside. I've got a little bridge going across the river that I made, and then I've got a whole bunch of wheat growing. And that isn't all of the wheat that I'm going to grow, actually. I'm going to fill up a majority of this island here with various farms. Going to be It's going to be wheat, potatoes, and carrots for the most part. And then I'll add some smaller things like silos and whatnot along with it. But so far, I think it's really cute. I am actually pretty happy with it. I'm kind of upset that I decided I was going to make it so far away from the main part of my base because it would give some little added beauty all the way over there, but instead it's all the way over here. But that is okay. Hopefully once I get the rest of this area looking nice, it shouldn't actually matter that much. But I do like the little pops of red from the mangrove. I think that's really nice in contrast with all the spruce. And every time I go into building with spruce, I never think I'm going to use that much. And then I end up always using an insane amount. And like even the museum wasn't supposed to have these spruce bits right here. It was actually the little pillar parts was actually supposed to be almost entirely stone. And then I added spruce to it, and I think it looks good, so I'm not arguing. But yeah, so this is what it looks like so far. You can see there's still some little holes in the roof in the back there. It's because the back is actually not done. I haven't done anything to it other than adding my little chimney right here. I actually didn't do anything to the back yet, and I will get to it. I'm just not there yet. So that is the first part of this. The next part is going to be to clear up that, and then I'm gonna put some silos around here, and then after I have all the silos built, I think that's when we're gonna start moving in the animals. All right, so we have the whole farm pretty much done. I don't think there's anything else I want to add to it. So, well, first of all, we have a little path that kind of connects up to the village here. And it just kind of leads on. Here's my silos. In the time lapse, we're going to ignore that I had one silo built and then it just cut and the second one was there. I paused it because I was out of bamboo and I needed to go get more bamboo, you know, and then suddenly I had it built and I looked at the corner of my screen and I went, oh, I have the replay mod paused. And I had it paused the entire time. My bad, we're just gonna ignore that. But this is the silo design I settled on. I had a few different designs that I was thinking of in my testing world, my creative little building world. But I like this one the most, so I kept with this one. And then I put a bunch of different farm stuff all around. So I've got wheat, potatoes, carrots, you know, everything that I might need. I've got a little bridge that just kind of covers them. The water here is pretty boring and plain, and it's not going to stay like that forever. I am definitely going to add some more stuff to it, but I haven't decided what I want to put all along there yet, and so I don't know if it's going to be something that's going to like go into the water, like a dock, you know, like I have way over there. I don't know if I want to do that or not, so I'm not really going to worry too much about the water. We're just going to ignore that it's all plain and boring for now. But it leads off into a waterfall just right over here, and then I'm going to make this look nicer as well, but a little waterfall that goes into the river here. And then if we go back over my bridge, I did a few custom trees, not too many, just because I didn't really want to build a whole lot, but it needed a little bit more trees or something in here, and I felt like custom trees were the better way to go, so I just built some small little custom trees here and there. And then in our barn, I built some stalls for my horses. None of the horses have names yet, so we're gonna have to come up with names, and then I will put signs on here or somewhere along in front of their stalls so we know who's who. And then I just chucked some storage in here because I wasn't sure what I wanted to put on this back wall. But I think putting some storage for like food, wheat, seeds, whatever might be nice to keep over here, so that we can have a storage of them, a supply. I've got my cows here, and then I don't have anything on this side yet, but I'm gonna put something here, just unsure of what. But yeah, no, I did remove the door that I had right here on either side. I just felt a little unnecessary to me, and after looking at it for a little bit longer, I didn't really like it that much, so I got rid of the 2 doors so that I could fit more stalls in here, and then just kept the ones that were in the further back here. But I definitely want to add a little bit more details up here. I think maybe adding a second story would actually be nice, or at least making like rafters that go along here might be a fun thing to do, but I'm a bit unsure, so I don't know. If you guys want to leave some suggestions on what you might think would be good for at the top here, then I'm totally down for that. And the back is still completely untouched, and we're just gonna ignore that I haven't done anything with the back. I will get to the back when I get to it. But yeah, so, and then around here, just making the fields a bit brighter, I have some carpet with some shroom lights, just covering that. And that way I don't have a million torches everywhere. And I've just got my little lanterns with the silos. The silos, both of them are just empty right now. I am gonna put something in them at some point, making some farms, like maybe putting a bamboo farm or something in there might be nice, just to make sure it's being used and not just for aesthetic purposes, but I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna put something in there. And then, and like I said, all of the food that's over here will end up being used to supply my villager breeder, which is the most basic breeder ever. Just some villagers in a hole, which I chuck food at every now and then. And then I'm probably gonna move them out of there and build an actual villager breeder pretty soon, since the next project that we're gonna be working on is actually making this village here look nicer, look better. Because now that I've got multiple buildings here that look nice, I would like the surrounding areas to also look nice. So we're gonna work on that in the next episode, I think. And it's gonna pretty much be about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, but I'm gonna go with a completely different style than what it already is. I want to do something fun, something different, and it's gonna take me a decent amount of time of planning in between episodes. So I'm gonna have to do that and come up with some designs. But yeah, so that's the plan for the next episode, and that's what we got done in this episode. And it made me realize that bamboo is a great block, but oh my god, do I need to make a bamboo farm or something, because the entire time I was just going off of the bamboo that's growing around my pond that I had grown around by the trading hall there, and it was the most inefficient thing ever. I ended up building just a small little bamboo farm right there just to help me a little bit, but it was very obviously not enough. And there are still a whole bunch of other farms that I want to build, but I don't want to fill every episode with just so many farms. So I think maybe breaking it up a little bit would be nice, or building things and then, like I said, putting the farms in like the buildings that I'm building, because not all of them are going to be useful. Some of them are just going to be aesthetic purposes. But yeah, so that is that. And also, before I end this episode, I want to say thank you for all the love I got on my last 100-day episode. It was the second episode, days 25 to 50, the flat world. That was, in all honesty, crazy. I posted it being like, oh, it's not going to be that interesting. Really, all I did was just farm. I did a lot of farming. But surprisingly, it's my best video that I've had in a while. Ow. So I'm genuinely so thankful that it did that well, and it was kind of crazy that it did so well, but yeah, no, I really just want to say thank you for that, because that was crazy. Oh, and I've got an arrow in my head. But yeah, no, so that's pretty much that. Thank you guys for the love on that video, and I hope you will enjoy the last 2 episodes in that series. After this episode, the next video to come out will be a 100 day. It'll be days 51 to 75, and then that's gonna be that, and then I'll have another episode of this, and then the final episode of the flat world will come out day 75 to 100, and after I'm finished with that, I'm gonna put all 4 episodes into one big long, it'll probably end up being about 2 hours long video that I will also probably end up putting out either the same day or the day after I do the 4th episode of the flat world. But yeah, no, so I hope you guys continue to enjoy that series, and I mean, we're halfway through now, and I hope you'll enjoy the continuation of this series, because obviously I get to do a lot more fun things here than I do there, because I mean, that one is gonna end soon. It's not going on for much longer. So yeah, no, I hope that you guys enjoy it and enjoy this series, and I will see you guys again next week. Goodbye. Quickly, before we end, I just want to say sorry for yapping so much. I didn't realize how much I was talking in the last part of that video, but if I cut it all out, then this video would have only been like 10 minutes long, and I really didn't want to do that. So I kept it all in, and I hope that you can bear with me talking a whole lot. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.